The deadly typhoon that's killed at least 36 people in the Philippines is now bringing hurricane-force winds to southern China. There, authorities are braced for the worst, with some streets already underwater. In Hong Kong and Macau, Typhoon Mangkhut has smashed windows, brought down cranes and destroyed homes. Ronke Phillips reports.
The world's most powerful storm this year, wreaking havoc on the seaside village of Shangziwan on the southern coast of China, washing cars and boats into homes. Giant waves and storm surges lashed the coastline. Those brave enough to venture outside were no contest for the fierce winds, which reached speeds of more than 100 miles an hour. Windows were smashed and the high winds tore off parts of buildings and roofs. Entire streets were left submerged underwater in Macau, the world's largest gambling hub, and gaming operations were suspended in the district for the first time in its history. Nearly 500,000 people across southern China have already been evacuated, many rescued by emergency crews using inflatable dinghies wading through waist-high water. In the Philippines, where Typhoon Mangkhut first hit, the reality of the devastation caused is only now becoming clear. Dozens are known to have died, but the full impact on rural areas is not yet known. In the north of the country, a rescue operation is currently underway to free 40 gold miners trapped by a landslide. And for those who followed advice and watched the deadly typhoon pass from the safety of their homes, it was clear they'd made a wise decision. Ronke Phillips, ITV News.
49 people are now known to have been killed in the Philippines by Typhoon Mangkhut, many of them caught in landslides set off by heavy rain. Well, the typhoon has now moved across from the Philippines to southern China and Hong Kong, with winds of up to 100 miles an hour. From Hong Kong, Robin Brandt sent this report.
This was a monster typhoon that hit 3 places in 3 days. Hong Kong was in the middle. More than 100 people here have been injured, but no deaths have been reported. The biggest casualties were shattered windows and fallen trees. Dozens of roads were blocked. There's some flooding in lower-lying areas as well.
This is obviously not what Sunday evening in one of the main streets in central Hong Kong is supposed to look like. There is rubbish everywhere. We've got about half a metre of flooding there as well. The worst of the winds have passed, but there's a big clean-up operation that needs to happen. People still being urged to stay indoors.
It wasn't a direct hit and the worst has passed. But the rain is falling and there's a landslide warning in place. It's still dangerous to be out.
I'm here to feel the strength of the typhoon. It's quite strong.
In the Philippines, it was more serious. The death toll there is rising, the damage more widespread, in smaller communities in a country less able to protect its people. In a flooded home, rescuers found a mother and child stranded. Both were saved. The child passed first to safety. Here too, though, there is now the threat of mudslides. Mangkhut has now made landfall in mainland China, hitting Guangdong province, the final stop on its devastating westerly journey. Thousands had already been evacuated there. They'll know the full extent of the damage once Monday comes. Robin Brandt, BBC News, Hong Kong.